Hi Lindsay, Lohan, you're the most welcome in Arabian news channel. How did you find Dubai so far?
I love it here. I've been here for 3 years, and it's my home for quite some time now. I love it here because it's an escape, but also a good work environment for me. I've experienced a lot of different things, being in Sharjah recently, and working with agriculture and community and people, and Dubai is very nice for me. There's no paparazzi.
Do you feel that you're a role model for young girls? If so, does that put pressure on you?
When I started acting much younger, I was so young that I didn't realize that I would eventually be looked up to in that sort of role model kind of aspect. Being a role model is a very different thing than it used to be. I mean, girls that are role models now dress very differently than I was dressing in 1998 and 1999 and, you know, even 2002. And then Britney Spears came about, and that changed kind of everything. So a role model now, I think, is more about the philanthropy work that you do, you know, the piece of yourself that you give, the spiritual side of yourself that you can offer to young girls. So it's not all about what you look like all the time. So the role model aspect has kind of changed. And I've actually kind of been able, gratefully, to sit back and to watch it kind of shift. And I think it's more about girls giving other girls a different aspect of what it's like to be a role model. It's not about being perfect. It's about understanding who you are and sharing that with other girls that don't know what hope is.
What would you tell girls who wants to be famous? Has fame changed you?
Don't be famous. No, I won't say that. It's a blessing. It's a double-edged sword. The fame aspect, I guess you could say. I think I should have listened to my mother when she told me to come back to New York and get away from Hollywood and gone home more often. But I just was in such a work mode. And when I get into this kind of rush of working and moving and going, I'm on it's like a tunnel, and I can't get out of it. So I didn't want to listen to my mom, but for young girls, I would say listen to your family, your mother, stay true to yourself, be humble. Don't always have humility within yourself and the people around you, and don't take, you know, it's very easy to take everybody so seriously and trust very easily because you're getting all these things and all of these offers and options. And
many activists has been vocal when it comes to President Trump. You haven't said much.
The Trump question. That's not true. No, I have said things about it. It's not really. I'm not in his position, so I don't know the criticism that he must feel or others' opinions. I'm not one to speak for anyone else, but I did say he does need a good lawyer, and he should go to the company I'm working with, lawyer.com, because we have good lawyers with us that are very trustworthy. But I don't know, the world is changing, and he threw himself into, you know, the pin. So let's see how he handles it or gets out of it or does. I don't know. We're living in a very different world. And, you know, my father called me the other day, and he asked me, and I was actually crying, and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I'm not." He said, "Well, I know what's going on in Syria. It must really hurt you." I said, "Well, yeah, I have people and families there that I've brought, and I've seen the wreckage of what's already happening there, so why bring more war and anger towards it?" And I was like, and I can't even go there and do anything. Like,
How do you find the Arab woman beauty?
I like the culture of Arab women because I noticed the other day, specifically in Sharjah, but all of the women kind of get together, and it's not about where you have very different standards in different countries. It's more about showing more skin or having more, whereas Arab women have, you know, their own sort of belief and their own respect for themselves, where less is more. Like, you can be yourself and be beautiful because it comes from the inside instead of out, always. You know, you have to see it from here before you can see it here. And I really admire and respect that.
What role could you play as a public figure to empower all the women around the world suffering, and especially in the Middle East area?
I think the only way that I can play a role in that is to be present in those moments. I mean, it's very easy to say I went to work with these children in this place, and I work with these kids and have a magazine take a photo of you with children. This is, I mean, come on, it's been going on for ages.
How do you maintain your beauty? What's your beauty recipe?
Burj Al Arab, cold plunge. No, literally, it's my favorite thing ever is to go and do like kind of a Russian banya. And it just clears my head, and I get a really good sleep after. Cryotherapy I do often, and that is really good for, you know, wellness, maintaining wellness and healthcare. And sleep, I think, is so important. You know, our brains, our minds are always thinking in this generation that we forget to just learn how to switch off.
Why did you come often to Dubai?
I really appreciate the month of Ramadan because it gives me that moment to just switch off and give thanks and give back and really understand what I've been given as a person. And there's a lack of that from where I come from.
Whom do you think, in your opinion, is the most influential leader in the Arab region?
Obviously, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and what he's doing with 2030 and influencing and supporting everything that's happening with the change of theaters and female projects for film is really inspirational. So I definitely have to say he has done something really wonderful with that.